In this video, we are going to further explore the data model and variable declaration defined in the IEC 611-31-3 standard. In the previous video, we have explored the data types supported by the standard. If you missed that or another video in this series, check out the links in the description of this video. Now we will cover the scope or visibility of variables supported by the IEC 611-31-3 standard, a crucial concept that establishes boundaries on who can read or write a certain variable by promoting encapsulation that is fundamental for modular software design. Let's start with local variables. These variables are defined within a program organization unit or POU, and they are private to it. The POU itself can access, read or write local variables, but they cannot be accessed externally. This enforces data hiding, a key principle of modular programming, ensuring that the internal workings of a POU cannot be unintentionally or intentionally affected by other POUs. As shown in the previous video, local variables will retain their values between execution scans if the POU is a program or a function block, and instead, if the POU is a function, they will be reinitialized at the next call of the function. In CoDeSys, they can be declared within any POU declaration between the var and endvar keywords. Input variables act as parameters that can be passed to the called POU from a calling POU. They are inputs, so they can be written from outside the POUs in which they are defined and can be only read from inside the POU. They are useful to provide set points, enable signals, configuration parameters, sensor readings or more to a function block or a function. In CoDeSys, they can be declared within any POU declaration between the var input and the endvar keywords. If they are not present in the declaration of your POU, you can add them yourself. Output variables instead define results or status information that are produced by function or function blocks to the outside. They can be written only from inside the POU in which they are defined, and they can only be read from the outside. In CoDeSys, they can be declared within any POU declaration between the var output and endvar keywords. Input-output variables are a little different. They are variables that are passed to the POU by reference. Instead of copying the value, the POU receives the memory address, the pointer of the original variable that is supplied by the caller. In this way, both the calling and the caller POU can read and write the specific variable that is passed as input-output. They are particularly useful to pass big structures, big data to function block, and specific flags that can be either written from inside or from outside a specific POU. In CoDeSys, they can be declared within any POU declaration between the var inout and the endvar keywords. Then there are global variables that in CoDeSys are declared outside of a specific POU. This is true also for other PLC manufacturer systems, and they can be accessed from any POU within the entire project. They can be either read or written by any POU. And they provide a mechanism that is very simple to share data across different program units, but be careful in overusing them because it undermines encapsulation and modularity of your project. Use them for really system-wide global settings, and it's typically better in my opinion, to avoid using them if not strictly necessary. Prefer using inputs, outputs, and input-outputs for blocks instead of global variables to ensure better structure, code reuse, and maintainability. To define global variables in CoDeSys, you need to place them inside a global variable list object in the device tree of your CoDeSys project, and the default project should already have one named GVL, but if you want to add a custom list, right-click on application, select add object, click global variable list and choose a name from your list. Then, by opening the list, you can define your global variables between the keywords var global and var. We have covered the data model in the IEC 61131-3 standard, describing all the data types and scopes supported in the standard. If you want to practice declaring these variables yourself, you can check out my courses on Udemy or my book PLC Programming for Beginners on Amazon. In the next video, we will look at the programming languages supported by the standard.